Welcome to the Trading with Venus podcast, where we help you establish strong trading habits, generate consistent profits, and create the lifestyle you desire for yourself and your family. Now your host, Raman Gill.
Welcome to Trading with Venus podcast, episode 55. I'm your host, Raman Gill. Thank you so much for joining me today. The topic that I wanted to talk about today is the opposite of what we discussed in the previous episode, which is the trading mindsets that will actually help you grow your account. In the previous episode, we had a look at the different trading mindsets that are negative and will actually help you blow your account. Whereas this time, we'll take a look at some of the beliefs and mindset patterns that we need to instill in ourselves so that we take our trading to the next level and actually we become successful traders. The first one is developing the mindset that there will be another trading opportunity. Sometimes we'll find ourselves missing trading opportunities or just not seeing them in time or not being at our computers when it is time to trade. However, if we try to chase trades or if we try to force trades, taking trades after the market has moved, usually we end up with negative results. Market may pull back, it may retrace the move, or we may just find ourselves jumping into things when it is not the best time to do it. So to combat this issue, the belief or the mindset that we need to subscribe to is that there will be another trading opportunity coming our way. It may not happen today, but again, tomorrow is another trading day. We have an opportunity to trade every single day. So even if we miss the trade today, it does not mean that we won't be able to take a similar trade another day. So let's not get desperate. Let's understand that we are not trying to make the $1 million today. We are just trying to grow our skill sets so that when those trading opportunities come up, we are ready and we are able to capture those pips that we would not have been able to had we gotten upset about and mad about losing the opportunities and blown our account over that. So it is very important for us to have the mindset of abundance, having the mindset that there will be another trading opportunity. Every day is a new day and every day we have an opportunity to take another trade. So just because we miss our trade today doesn't mean anything. We can just take another trade tomorrow. The next mindset pattern that I would really recommend to everyone is striving for excellence. So maintaining the belief that I strive for excellence as opposed to perfection is very, very important for us as traders. When we strive for excellence, we are trying to improve ourselves. We are trying to improve our skill set. We are more objective about what we are doing. Whereas when we strive for performance, we are setting ourselves up for failure because there is no such thing as perfection. Doesn't matter what discipline we look at, there is no perfection. Even nature doesn't have perfection. There are mistakes everywhere. Whether we are traders or we follow a different professions, we as human beings are just set up in a way that we will make mistakes from time to time. So make sure you are being gentle on yourself. You are giving yourself that room to make a mistake and you're not trying to force every trade into a winner. Because if we try to do that, if we try to win every single trade, it messes up our mindset and puts us into a downward spiral where not only do we lose that trade, it actually impacts our objectivity and we're not looking at the markets in a very clear way and we will start making more mistakes that will compound over time and will lead to adverse effects. So we want to make sure that we subscribe to this mindset of striving for excellence. So we are actually growing and improving our skill set, but we are not expecting perfection from ourselves. The next mindset or the belief that we want to subscribe to is that I will grow my account as my skill sets improve. So this is kind of follow up on the previous one. As we are growing as traders, a lot of times I have seen traders have results oriented goals. So they're looking for a growth of X percentage, or they're looking for making X pips a day. However, we forget to focus on the process. So as we are improving and growing as traders, as we are developing as traders, there are things that we need to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that will move us towards our goals. However, when we are only looking at performance and we are not looking at the process that we follow to get those results, we are really setting ourselves up for failure. So it's very important that not only do we set the results-oriented goals, but we also set up process goals. So even if we do not get the result, but we follow the process, we did all the steps that we were supposed to do, that is a check mark for us. So we have actually succeeded in doing what we strive to do, which is trying for excellence and not just perfection. So we are working on our process, we are working on our skill set, and not just focused on the results, because sometimes markets will do crazy stuff. Somebody comes and makes a comment. Donald Trump will come and talk the dollar down, or Bank of Japan will come and talk the yen down. There's nothing we can do under those circumstances, but as long as we follow our process, as long as we are taking the right actions, it will get us to the right results. The next one is taking one trade at a time. Instead of trying to get into multiple trades and trying to overtrade and trying to get little pips from multiple different trades, I highly suggest looking at one trade at a time. So planning for that trade, making sure we are objective about it, we have done our proper analysis, and then focusing on that particular trade, making sure our entry is at the right time, so we are managing the trade properly, and our stop loss and take profits are set up properly, all of that. So staying in the moment with that trade instead of trying to manage multiple trades at a time, which will then distract you. So it's very important that we are focused and we're doing one thing at a time, especially when you're starting out as a new trader, because it becomes difficult to really focus on multiple things. Our brains are not set up that way. We perform better when we are focused on one thing as opposed to trying to focus on 20 different things. Multitasking is really not the best human skill set. So when we are trading, especially being a new trader, it's best to narrow the focus, get really good at it, and then we can go into broadening the focus. And even as experienced traders, it's best to narrow the focus in terms of number of trades we have open at any one time, especially when you're day trading and you need to be able to get in and out of those trades quickly. It's best to limit the number of trades that you're taking. So maybe you want to take more than one trade, but let's not take so many trades that we're not able to focus, so that we are switching from chart to chart and we really don't know what's going on in the market. So it's best to just take better trades, take higher probability trades than taking too many trades all at once. And following up on the previous point is my next point, which is making sure we have proper trade plan in place and then we are managing our risk properly. We touched on this in our last podcast as well. It is very, very important to know when you want to enter the trade, making sure you have done all the analysis. What is your criteria for entering the trade, where your stop loss will be, and how you plan to exit the trade, and how will you manage the trade while you're in that trade. And all of that needs to be set up before you actually jump into the trade, because if you just jump into the trade while the price is moving, you really don't have a plan. We are just chasing the price, and then things can just turn around suddenly, and all of a sudden it could be going in the opposite direction and we are caught with no trade plan in place. And also making sure we are not forcing trades. We are practicing proper risk management so that we have a chance to make multiple mistakes, so we don't blow out our account on just a couple of mistakes. So if you practice proper risk management and only risk 1% of your account, you have 100 chances to stay in the account and stay trading. Whereas if you risk 20% per trade, you only have 5 chances. So you have a very, very short runway to actually become successful. So it's better to, I would take the 100 chances over 5 chances any day. So it's very important that we are properly managing our risks so that we allow ourselves room to make mistakes, because we will make mistakes, and that's just human nature. So make sure you give yourself enough runway, you're being careful with your trading and you're planning your trades before you jump into the trades. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys are a wonderful audience. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I really appreciate it. For show notes for this episode, please go to tradingwithvenus.com/podcast page and look for episode 55. Have a wonderful trading week, and I will see you next time.
If you want consistency in your trading, we invite you to join our daily market analysis calls, where we provide the levels to find the best entries and targets on an intraday basis. For a 1-week free trial, please visit www.tradingwithvenus.com. Thanks for joining us today. With much gratitude, your show host, Raman Gill.